few days ago, this past Thursday. Every kit dropped. We've seen a ton of reactions. I've seen Kavicho on the timeline dropping every reaction possible. I'm hoping he brings some of that fire to this episode today. You already know if you tuned into past episodes that John's going to bring that heat, and we're going to get this show on the road. Boys, let's jump in. Montreal with an interesting, I've never really seen a team represent this vertical sash behind the badge in a great way. I'll offer my take here in a second, but Kevin, start us off, bro. This Montreal kid, how do you feel about it?
I actually love this kid. I first, honestly, when I saw just like you said, I saw the line from the leaks and I'm like, what the heck, a solid blue, whatever. But a lot of these kits have this in common where they do the invert badge, which I'm a huge fan of. Plus they upgraded their badge, in my opinion. Did a lot of changes there, but also the minty blue. Like, this reminds me of a cold day in Canada. And they did well. I honestly think a lot of people were complaining. In my case, I think they're wrong. They were complaining, saying that it's just too boring. There are some boring kits, just wait. But they actually did something, I think, with this one.
They have texture to it, so I don't hate it. I actually quite like it as well. I like the minty blue color. I don't know. There's something about these kits, like the colorway of it is just something that, like, I know Montreal has the blue, but this is like a different style of like blue, and the way that they interpreted the sash. Yeah, it might not be for everyone, but I honestly, like, looking at it, there's a little bit of texture to it. Like the blue stripes on the Adidas at the top look like, I think it just looks clean. It's a clean kit. Simple. I don't think that I could. Yeah, and sometimes we talk about teams oversimplifying their kits, but sometimes simple is the better way to go. And I don't think that they overcomplicated it. I think that this is well executed by Adidas on Montreal. So no hate for me.
If we're saying B is mid, would you say it's A tier?
I would say A for me.
I would say A. Yeah. Okay. It's better than some of the ones that we're looking at right now that I see.
Bro, yeah. we're gonna get to some of these. Some of these are bangers. Some of these are like. I don't know. Sure. But I agree. I think, like, the more I look at this kit, the more I feel pretty good about it. I'm trying to envision what it's going to be like watching players wear it on the field, and I feel like that's when it'll really shine. And so it could even jump up, right? But I think it's a solid kit, and like I mentioned before, so many teams, in my opinion, have botched this type of design. I feel like Montreal went in a different direction than they normally do. I'll give them benefit of the doubt. I mean, I was probably going to put it top of B, but I won't battle too much for it to be A. So,
and actually, even looking at their home kits, like they do a good job contrasting both colors, because it's like they're still blue. They're both blue, but one's just a little bit lighter than the other one. I like the contrast. I like the direction that they went with it. So
I like it too. All right, let's move on to DC United. I did watch this kit in action this past Saturday. DC United came to town to play against FC Dallas. It's got, like, we just talked about how great, being simple really is. It does have this, like, MLS 1.0 elegance to it, if that's even a thing, right? Like, it's like they didn't veer away from the fact that they're one of the original clubs to do it in this league. And it's like they threw it back to some of that. They paid homage to some of that.
Are they black socks? Do you remember?
Yes, they're black socks. Yeah. Okay. So it's all black. The kit is all black, and it's got like these interesting horizontal rectangular bars that look like waves. Kind of, they go up and then down, then up and then down. So they're a little more, there's some like contrast to it a little bit. But I'll be honest, like, if I was DC, it's just like a very nice, smooth kit. Doesn't ring the alarm bells in terms of it being bad. At the same time, there's not a ton of elements going on within the kit itself. I'm not mad at it. I'm really not. How do you guys feel?
I wouldn't be upset. I mean, it is okay when you go all black. It's kind of hard to kind of mix it up. But at least looking at all these Adidas kits, I do love that they added the red on the shoulders for the stripe. Because the thing is that gets a little goofy is like the stripes are white, then you have some red on the side, and then it's all black, and it looks kind of corny. I think that's where you would see like an early MLS kit. At least we have the red there, some red accents. But yeah,
the red accents helped it out a lot.
Is it just as good as Montreal? Better? Worse? It's somewhat. I'm okay if you guys say it's mid.
I think it's B, but I wouldn't really classify as B being mid though. I feel like that's more like C, like as expected, But B is just a little bit above that. I feel like
this is mid, and this is just like dog. Nobody should want this. Okay,
I think it's because the word mid is starting to turn more negative than it is like middle. Yeah, but yeah, I think it fits right there. Like we're not gonna be upset because they're not that creative or whatever, but they got a little pattern. They got something in there.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Not at all. So I think that like I said, that to me, it kind of works out really well. We'll just keep DC there. If we want to move it later, we definitely can, but definitely don't have to.
Yeah.
This is the Revs kit. The New England Revolution, to me, tried to do a couple things here with this kit, right? I don't know, it's almost that same type of Adidas overarching pattern, but there's weird pinstripes in the middle. It's blue and then red, but there's like red and white pinstripes that have like these very, very small spaces or gaps in between. I really don't know. To me, this is a very mid kit, and this could be just perfectly on brand with New England Revolution as a whole.
Yeah. Dude, the reason for the dots or whatever is just like, it's kind of a joke. I mean,
what is it? Like what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
Supposedly, it's supposed to be the ripples in the water after the tea was thrown, because this is the Boston Tea Party kit.
Yeah, the Boston Tea Party kit. Yeah, I forgot about that.
The ripples are supposed to be, that's a reference to that. But I mean, come on, it could have been. This could look totally different. And they did not take the rule. Like they went, if they had freaking the stripes as blue, maybe I would like it a little bit more or something, but it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. For the memes, it's cool because England bad, but for everything else, it's not that good.
Can I be 100% honest?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You love
this kid. This kid is hot garbage. This
okay. I'm about to say
it's in the D tier, and that's not just because there are rivals. You know, it's in the D tier because it's not even an agenda thing. It's so poorly organized. You got a lot of things going on. You got the white Adidas stripes, and then you got the red, and then you got the blue, and then you want to go white again. Like, there's so much to this. It just doesn't make sense. It's like in the other kit videos that we talked about, you know, when you try to add too much color to it, it's really distracting, and it just, maybe it would look different on the players. I haven't seen it on the field yet, so maybe it'll look a little bit different, but it's so distracting just from the picture that I'm looking at that I compared to all these other kits, it's got to be one of the worst ones.
I mean, bro, let's be honest. If anyone remembers the 2023 away kit for New England Revolution, it was god awful, right? It was that like a diagonal sash that kind of like had the gradient applied to it in each direction. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, that one was terrible, and this one, it's like a better attempt, but it feels like I'm looking at like, I don't know, like Mardi Gras beads on a kit or something.
Yeah,
it's
it does look like that.
Yeah.
For now, we'll leave it here so we can move it around. All right, New York City FC. I actually kind of like this kit, and I don't know if it's the black. I don't know if it's the dark kit with the orange and the blue. And the orange and blue have always been there for New York City. Anybody who follows that club knows that. I like the way they're incorporated. Maybe it's the marketing video. I don't know. You know, the city that never sleeps and how they went about announcing it. I think it's dope. I actually am a big fan of just black kits in general. They've always kind of been my thing. So I'll rock with this. I was a New York City FC fan. To me, this is up there with Montreal, but it's plain, but it's not DC United plain. It's got like its own type of appeal to it. What do you guys think?
You know what it is? It's the mixture of the gradients with the orange and then the blue and then the orange and the blue for me. Like having half of the kit be orange, the other half blue, the contrast between both colors, the simplicity of the badge, like it's not like NYCFC's badge is that complicated, right? But simplifying it to just the letters and the star, like perfect. Yeah. Like I have no complaints on that kit. I would think it is on par with the kit.
I think the video helped it because it just shows like you can just wear this out. Some of these kits, it's like too much to wear out, like hang out, and you can definitely go out in this kit. You'll look clean, easy to match. I think at first, because I keep seeing this like kind of mismatch like design going on in I guess a lot of Adidas kits, but this one matches for me, especially with the vibe. Part of it is the marketing because they're like it's a 24/7 kit, blackout. You know, there's normally, sky blue or whatever for their home. So, yeah, I think this is great. And, yeah, the big key is also their crest. If the crest had the normal circular thing, and it would look ugly. Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's move to here. Let's move on to one that kind of makes my eyes hurt a little bit. The New York Red Bulls. And this is I think they're calling it, was it the Legacy kit? Or something along the Legacy jersey. That's what it's being called. As they brought Forsberg to the States. He's the one rocking it everywhere. It's got these hard zigs and zags throughout it in black. I mean, depending on how they look when they run, maybe it'll look cool then. I don't really know. Right now, it just screams Sharpie doing this to me, in my opinion. But I don't know, bro. Maybe that's just me. Maybe you guys have a deep appreciation for it. If anybody here's a Leipzig fan or a Salzburg fan, maybe it kind of screams some of those former kits. I don't know.
You know what it screams of? It screams like they took a 5-year-old and they said, design this kit, paint it red, add a little bit of black, and the kid just went. That's what it looks like. It screams Red Bulls because this is just what they do with Leipzig. You've seen this, not this exact design, but similar design with different things on other Red Bull teams. I just don't know. Like it just.
You guys remember the what was it last year? The the freestyle kit, right? They paid homage to New York, right? With all of the kind of like the signatures, the graffiti, all that stuff all over the kit. I actually liked that. It was very random, but it worked out pretty well. And they tried the same thing with this. I don't know if you see it the same way, Kevin, but it's just I don't know if it's coming off that well.
I look, I'm basing this off a couple. Well, I'm glad that they have shorts that are black. From what I saw, they were having black shorts and then red socks, I think, which thank God. But also they had like, didn't they have last season that horrific like yellow? It was like
it was like tie dye, like yellow and blue.
Yellow and blue. It looked horrible. This definitely, like John said, it screams Red Bulls to me. Like if I didn't have the badge, I would guess it's Red Bull, which maybe is just another great thing of branding. I personally like it just because it is obnoxious as hell to kind of look at. So for me, I'm like in the middle. I think it's better than DC's or right in there. But like going for something different, it's great. Now they didn't mess with the freaking crest, which is an L. The Adidas stripes are still white. I don't think you could do a lot because it's so damn busy. But I don't know. I like it. I don't know, weird soft spot for it.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys can put it wherever you want, but I find it distracting. I find it distracting.
It is. I always ask myself this though: if I was a fan of the team, would I actually go out and buy this kit? Like realistically, would I be lining up to go get it? And I bought some horrific kits in my life. Like don't get me wrong. Hashtag 2021 Barca. Still the loudest kit I've ever bought to this day. I think I probably would. Like I probably would buy it. It's decent. It's just like I agree with John, it's loud. But if I see everything and it's black shorts or maybe like and red and white socks and everything kind of offsets each other the right way, I'm not mad at it. Like I think it's original. We'll put it that way. To me, it's like very distinctly Red Bulls. Let's move on to the most confusing kit of 2024. Confusing because to this day I have no idea what color it is. I have no idea if it's pink. I've seen some shots of it where it looks kind of like grayish blue even. But I think hands down the best badge you could have on a kit. I think Orlando City needs to find a way to just rebrand. F it. Do what Seattle did. Rebrand entirely and let this be, the badge moving forward. I think it was their badge originally, right? Before they came to MLS.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Yeah. So they need to go back to this because this whole Lions head badge looks fire. It absolutely destroys their current badges of today. So I like this. It's just the color's confusing.
Very confused. I mean, one of the shots, like it looks like they have a photo shoot where it's like pretty dimly lit, and it looks like purpley blue. And then in some shots, it looks like straight pink, almost like off-white. So it's so weird. But every time, I cannot put this thing too low because that crest is so damn nice. And looking side to side to their new crest, that's like so plain and basic. It is a travesty that this is not in. So I'm glad. If I'm Orlando, I'd be so hyped. I would get this just to have that crest back on a new jersey. Plus, I got all these damn good players again. I love this kit so much.
So I still like the New York City one better.
Yeah,
in my opinion, but I think it's up here. I really do. I think this is up here. All right, Philadelphia Union. I hate the team, but I think this design is decent. It's like decent, but there's still a decent amount going on in the middle and nothing else really around it. So you could look at it one of two ways, but let's start with John, and then we'll get the rest of our reactions. John, you had some, you've actually been judged quite a bit for what you said about Philadelphia Union so far in this offseason. Look at the kit, though.
To continue the trend, let them keep hating. I do not like this kit. There is something about kit manufacturers and centered badges that I just don't like. I don't know what it is. I've never liked it in any single kit that I've seen. Doesn't matter who the manufacturer is. I do not like the centered badge. I feel like
it's kind of weird that the badge is like on their stomach almost. It's so low. Like that. It's like, bro, we're FC Adidas. I like the kit. The overall like look is the cuffs save it because I love that blue. And at the very bottom you have blue and the trim is nice. Again, they did good with keeping those stripes, the accent color, awesome. I even kind of like the design. I know everyone was starting to say it looks like tire tracks, and I didn't even think of that. I read that. Their last kit had like a straight up and down line. Do you remember?
Yeah,
it was like over. It was that. I think this is an upgrade from that. That was super lame, and these just look really, really clean. Even if I'm assuming they're going all blue, everything like shorts and whatnot. So Yeah, I like this kit.
It's like a C. It's like a C. I wouldn't put it.
You think it's mid? You think it's mid? I actually think it's like somewhere in here. Like it's not. It's not a like.
It's behind. It's definitely behind that DC. If you put that ahead of that, then
okay, fine, fair. Yeah, I'll put it there. That's totally fine by me. Is this worse? This is probably worse.
Yeah, for me, this is the worst. I can't with this kit.
What was the point?
I don't know. It's like you take this shield, like the actual crest, and kind of make it opaque and move it around. It literally, like I've said it and a bunch of people are saying it, it looks like that warm-up kit that you have that you just have to sweat in a little bit, take it off before actually getting on the field. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I hate this kit.
I don't like the badge. I don't like the badge. I think the badge.
Honestly, their new badge is way better. Like this whole legacy, they botched it, I think.
Yep.
I don't like that badge at all. I like red and white is always a simple color scheme that I don't think you can get wrong. There's like this awkward design of like a crest. So there's like it's blended in. No, like on the actual kit, like there's like a little bit of gray with like for like the shape of a badge. Like it just kind of looks awkward. I don't know, but I do agree. It does kind of look like one of those like those warm-up training tops that you would put on before
the pre-match top. The pre-match.
Yeah, the pre-match top. That's what it looks like. Like, I don't know.
It's terrible. I don't think we need to spend on this. I think Toronto, much like their 2023 season, just phoned it into the 2024 kit. In a completely different direction, the dankest kit of 2024. The Portland Timbers kit, man. I'll be honest, boys. This has got to be up here for me, I think.
Whoa!
I like it. Some people are like trying to find reasons to shit on it. And I actually, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, maybe I'm into 420 now. Maybe Earth Day is a thing for me. I don't know, bro. I might go buy that kit, call myself from the Pac Northwest, and just say that I'm down to keep Portland weird. I don't know. I got a feeling if they have a game anywhere near 420, this kit's absolutely going to pop off in sales.
How is this not a Christmas edition NBA kit?
Bro, seriously, you know what? My wife had the exact same reaction. She goes, "Is that a Christmas kit?" I was like,
"No."
Like, I feel that it looks, honestly, this is one of the ones where I do kind of like the center crest because they got the goofiness on the side. You can't put goofy and the crest right there, so you have to move it.
No, I get that, but you could make the crest smaller, shift it over.
Smaller.
I'm telling you,
it's the hammer. That's it.
Just do the hammer. If you did the hammer, perfect.
I wish Miami would have done something like this, but with palm trees for there. Like,
yeah,
that would have been the most Miami kid of all time. And I would have
sure.
been like, bro, that makes sense. Like all the way through. I don't know why they just, we'll talk about it, but they went with theirs. It just doesn't make any sense. Are we cool with this? Like, is it like cool somewhere down here, or is it behind Montreal?
Nah, I think it's a.
I think it's there.
Like yeah.
Real Salt Lake. And I feel like this one splits fans in some ways. As a Barca fan, boys, I love this one. The color scheme is great. The mountains in the background, I like it. Is it a step up from 2023? I think it is.
I think so. I think if the, I hate this because it shouldn't have to be a part of this, but like the sponsor is so annoying. Like, just have your name. I don't need your stupid little logo either. But fine.
It's too big. It's too big.
It's so big. It's like I cannot look at it. But man, I think they killed it. I think RSL's always kind of been weird with their kits. They're super plain. Like even their crest is like really boring to me. But this one, it just pops so well. And when I look at it, I just cannot not think RSL. So that's a win for them.
I need to see the rest of the uniform. Like I need to see just all of it, just to see kind of what I'm working with in terms of the blue to red ratio and where gold trim kind of fits in. But if it go with what I think they're going to go with altogether, right? Maybe navy shorts, red and gold socks or something. It looks like they might have a fire kit on their hands.
I think it's ahead of Portland, but not behind.
I think it's ahead of Montreal for me.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah.
I don't know. That's hard to be big.
Those stripes are so used everywhere, but they found a way to throw in a mountain. I mean, can we give them that? The freaking
okay.
Montreal
I'll give them that.
Barely did anything. Come on.
Yeah, that's true, bro. They threw the textured line and said, you know what?
We're done.
We're good. We're done. You can take a break now. I think this is really good, and I'm waiting to see what pops up in S tier, but I think this is still pretty solid.
Yeah.
All right, let's move into another Pac Northwest state, Seattle Sounders. I have my own hot takes, so I'll save it for last. But Kevin, let's start with you. Xiaoyan's not here to defend himself. Normally he would be. He's actually talking to Tom Bogert as we speak. But I got a feeling that he's maybe not gonna be happy with what I say. Anyway, Kevin, let's start with you, bro.
All right, I'm gonna tell you guys right now what I think about this kit. Best kit in the whole league. I'm telling you why.
Really?
I look at this kit and I think with the blue shorts and the little goofy lines, and I think 70s. which was exactly what they wanted. They wanted a throwback anniversary, 50th year, whatever. And I could see like Pele playing in this. I could see maybe also because I'm getting kind of Brazil vibes. The white accents are good. Now, if this was just like, oh, this is just a regular old kit, no anniversary, this is not supposed to be the 70s, I would think it might be one of the worst kits out, but it gives me the looks, the vibes. I'm thinking throwback. I want to see the hairstyles. I want to see all of that 70s for the rest of the season. Now next year, let's cut it. Let's go back to the normal. But if we also remember last year's Seattle's kit, wasn't it also like tire tracks? Or they got like something goofy?
It was trash. I'll be honest, it was trash.
Yeah, it was bad. So I love it. All right.
I don't hate it, but I also don't fully love it. There's something about it.
It reminds you of toothpaste.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
It gives me that vibe. I had two reactions to this kit. I had a great initial reaction, and then I saw the whole uniform. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the blue. I feel like the very, very, very light, like sky blue of the 1974 Seattle Sounders. It's a great idea in theory, but then when you put it all together with the white, I don't know. It's I don't know why it's rubbed me the wrong way, but it kind of does. And maybe I need to see it in person just to see what it feels like. But the kit by itself, like just the kit, I could rock this with a number of things. I really could. The white trim around the collar and the sleeves saves a lot of it because it's very, very simple. You see a little bit of white around the Adidas logo, around the sponsor. The other complaint that I have though is just that the badge feels like it's forced on. It doesn't. It like.
They
I almost wonder if
that badge or something.
they should have just cut out the Space Needle, I think.
Yeah.
Or done the whale that they did on the back. There's 3 greens on this kit.
Yeah.
There's 3 greens on this
kit.
So
yeah, there is.
There legitimately is 3 greens on this kit. So it's like it's one of those things where like you really have to be comfortable with that type of with that much going on. I'm not mad at it. I think it's very Seattle. I lived there for a long time. I think it's very, very Seattle. And I think when we actually see them play, like maybe I'll feel differently about it. I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite kit. So I don't know. We want to like put them. I'll be honest, boys. I was gonna rock Portland over Seattle, but that's just me. I mean, it's probably above. It's probably above Orlando.
Yeah, I put it right there.
Speaking of fire kits, I'm sorry, man. In the best way possible, I love Argyle. I don't know what it is, man. Like if
weird.
If I started rocking sweater vests tomorrow, they'd be Argyle. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like, they 100% would be. They give me Step Brothers vibes in the best possible way.
Yeah.
And apparently, right, Kevin, you told us before the show, it pays homage to some sort of success Sporting Kansas City.
Yeah. So the running thing is like 2015, 16, I believe is the season. They came out with like this black and then Argyle pattern, right? And like the players look so good. And it was so weird compared to every other team. And then we were playing well, which then obviously like when you think back, you're like, oh God, like I want that to continue. Then like 2015, they came out with, I think is our best kit of all time. A solid white everything, shirt, shorts, socks, all white with the Argyle pattern like silver and the Sporting logo silver. Just no blue at all. It was like Real Madrid, Sporting Kansas City. It was so nice, and everyone was begging for it to come back. Then Sporting Kansas City released this hoop kit, which we were just like no, like what, like why are we doing this? And then they said this is gonna be the tradition. We're gonna keep this going. This is gonna be the Sporting look, which a lot of people lost their minds, me included. I'm just like, why are we doing this? We had a thing that we had tradition with, but then they bring it back, and I think they did. It's not like wow, like the best jersey out there, but the blue accents, like light blue with the dark blue, the pattern instead, it used to just be the pattern, just one line of Argyle. Now it's the whole thing. Let's freaking go.
I like it.
I love it. I'm so excited to wear this. I think theirs good. I think because the color with the Orlando is so nice, and the badges. I can't
badge is so
lose
clean. They need to do more with it, to be honest. There needs to be merch that drops as part of this. Like they need to do monetize as many ways as you possibly can, Orlando. Like
it's theirs. Like come on, dude.
Moving on to Messi and Friends, aka 2015 Barca, Inter Miami. Honestly, they went backwards in their kit. And that's crazy hard to do when you release a collared kit. When you release a collared kit, it is very difficult not to upgrade the following year. And bro, this designer did not care. Like middle badge, throw an anchor on it, see you later, man. It is literally the exact like there's nothing different in my opinion between this and just having a plain sponsor in the front and coloring your kit pink.
Exactly.
That's really what it is. There's nothing else to it.
At least freaking Toronto has a fake badge on it. I mean, come on, like they have nothing in the design. Nothing.
There's nothing to get excited about if you're a fan. Like I'm just like bro, why would I get this? Like
maybe it matches their play style. It's just
is it worse than Toronto?
Yes, it's the center.
Yeah,
it's worse than Toronto's. Yeah. Maybe. Messi will find a way, I'm sure, to make it look good, but I'm telling you, boys, it's like the only reason this kit's going to be worn by so many people is because it's Messi. Otherwise, I can't.
All those players, yeah.
Let's move on. This is one of the more interesting ones. You could say this gives you Phoenix Suns vibes. You could say this is tried and true to the heart of Houston and the rap culture and lean and everything else, bro. Like I thought of everything when it came down to why they released the kit with purple and orange, but this is actually pretty fire. I think so.
Yes. There's like no crazy design on it. There's nothing wild, but when you think about it, they're wearing like neon orange, and now they're gonna be neon esque purple, just bright ass purple. It just fits. I honestly think it's just such a good look for them, and I don't know how I'm assuming it's all out unless they do something wild and do orange shorts.
Oh God, no!
That would really
have to be.
It's got to be purple, everything, right? Okay.
Oh, could you imagine the disgusting look of orange purple kid?
It's over for me if that happens. Yeah, I think it's perfect right there.
Yeah, I think so too. Honestly, and now looking back at this, all right, don't kill me.
Yes.
There
we go.
Accurate?
Yes, we'll see you in December.
We'll see you in December. Yeah. I think that's accurate. I think the more I look at this, I'm like, if we're gonna hold some of these kits to a certain bar, we gotta drop that one down a little bit. But I still would probably get this one, man. This one's like, again, we talked about Portland already, but if I'm from Houston and you've never ever bought a Dynamo kit and you've always felt the Dynamo kits are always super plain, always very basic orange, this is your calling to go out and get one that is paying true homage to the city of Houston. Now on to my club. Jesus Christ. Okay, I think man, this is difficult. I think this is the most painfully mid kit of all time. Kev, you talked about the hoops and how I didn't know Sporting Kansas City were trying to make that the tradition.
Yeah.
That very much is the tradition of Desi Dallas kit, at least, from the earliest days of us. Hoops were everything. I mean, our mascot's literally named Tex Hooper. And like now, we've gotten away from that so far. It looks like there are bars. There's a purple bar and there's a slightly reddish purple one on one side, a slightly purplish blue on the other side. And I saw one in person this past weekend at the game. It's not bad. It's painfully mid. Like, you want this to be really good. You really do. You really want it to be good. I've seen some tier lists that have vaulted this kit all the way to the top, and I'm like, wow. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how you guys are doing this. Are you doing it for the memes? I don't know, but this is like perfectly like mid. Like, I'll be happy if I buy this. I'll be happy if I don't buy it. Like, either way, I'll be okay.
I think that's why some of the photos it looks good and it doesn't look good. If you see it, it almost might be better if it was just a gradient all the way through, no divisions. Just make it that way, because the white accent's actually nice. The white on the sponsor, the Adidas logo, everything else looks cool. But man, it's once you get close to it and you see that it's like divided up, maybe that's where it kind of just drops for me.
This entire kit, this is the only part with red on it. And FC Dallas, this is the only part with red on it. The rest of it is navy. The shorts and the socks are navy with it doesn't look good, bro. It's very New England Revs vibes. Like, I just don't like it. One that I think is very elegantly simple in a great way, kind of pays homage to one of the retro Chicago Fire kits. The Chicago Fire 2024 Legacy kit, I think actually looks really good. I actually think it's like simple in the best way. Carvana must have paid an arm and a leg to get that kind of visibility. You know what I mean? Like, bro, they are literally highlighted in a way that I'm sure other sponsors are looking at their kits being like, yo, what the hell?
We went a whole season last season without a front sponsor. If you guys didn't know that.
Oh,
we barely had a shoulder sponsor, by the way. Hyundai popped up in the middle of the season. But the reason why I love this kit is because it's back to being red. And I'm wearing the blue kit right now, and I didn't hate this kit. When this kit came out, I actually really liked it. But I feel like the stripes in the middle, the blue stripe with the white, pops out the new color of the badge. Like, it feels right. I don't know what it is, but it feels right. I like the kit a lot. Still obviously paying homage to Chicago with the stars and stuff like that. So I need to see it in person yet because I haven't seen it in person. But
Is
when
the
I do
full kit
see
red?
it,
I think it would be red all the way through, right?
yeah, the shorts are red too.
Shorts red.
Shorts are red. So full red. I like it. I feel like it's better than what we had last year, which I didn't get last year because again, that centered badge, I do not like that, so I didn't get it. Even though I really like the kit, but I didn't like the centering of the badge. But this one I really like. I'll leave it up to you guys. I think it's A. I don't know where you guys are gonna place it, but that's just kind of where I.
Bro?
Yeah, I think A. I mean, it gives me the same feeling that with the sporting kit, just because like the fans just wanted us to go back to what we're used to, and Chicago not being red is so weird. Like, even though like you were saying, like the kit wasn't bad, but it's just like, why are you not red like you always been? So I like it. I think A is perfect for me. Somewhere in there.
Would you throw it above Montreal, above Real Salt Lake?
I think
I like this kit too.
Yeah. I think right in there. Yeah.
I think over the I just something about those stripes, man. I think if we put it right there, I think it's perfect.
All right, we'll take that.
Okay, let's move on. Another simple kit, but I think it's been dividing some of the broader MLS fan base. Austin FC. I think there is no legacy for Austin FC. They're kind of a newer expansion team. There's legacy in Austin, right? And maybe they paid homage to that a little bit with this, but they did go with the legacy. There's a legacy version of their badge on, kind of split again between them and Adidas on either side. Plain Yeti logo with the sponsor. It feels like a training top to me.
Yep.
like just being 100%. It feels like a training top, and not in a bad way per se, but because this to me, like these down here, feel like training tops in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good. Are there shorts green?
Yeah, green shorts. Yeah, and then I think cream socks.
Okay, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it's like to me, it's like mid.
It's not tickling my brain like at all. I'm just like, yeah, it's fine, totally fine for me.
Just because I like that minty color green, I like it better than I do that what's it called, that Philly kit. I don't really like the Union kit at all.
John, you know what's crazy about this, man? Like the more I look at this list, here, just follow me for a second. The more I look at this list, and there,
yeah. I'm not gonna argue with it.
I feel like that's accurate. I still think the diamonds are interesting from Philly. They went in like a different direction, so I want to give them credit because while the Yeti, what did I say? The Yeti, the Austin FC. While the Austin FC green is green and it's a great mint, we're kind of just giving them credit for the designer just choosing a color.
Right.
I guess. Exactly. Yeah. For sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like okay, he chose a color, let the rest of the design said F it, and we move. So all right, let's keep it like this for now. All right, this is St. Louis City, I believe, correct? The Purina.
Yes.
Another painfully basic kit. Like, do you think them and Toronto are just stealing notes or?
Yeah, it looks exact. Honestly, like putting them side by side, look at that. Like I could barely, from this far away, I could barely tell the difference. And if they didn't have that damn dog chow on there, I would have not known at all. But look, I will say they played with the badge, cool, thank you. But everything else is like, man. I always try to look at last year's, even though that's not really what we're doing. But last year's they had a gray kit with like pinstripe. It was horrible. And this one is just like totally whatever for me. There's
a meaning behind the little waves and the little gray that the kit has. So it's not all white. Apparently, it's a nod to the two rivers that collide. This unique pattern is like a tribute, like a footprint, a tribute to everyone pushing our city forward, bleeding different passions and cultures to make waves across St. Louis. So I could see what they were trying to. I mean, you could really say that about it. It seems like a PR
together.
Great copywriting. Great copywriting. I love
it. Like PR, very very PR here, but it just. It's
that is exactly what New England did. So
exactly. I love it, and there's not even like the Kansas City agenda. He's just speaking facts, 100%.
That's just facts. All right, guys, just get a better kit.
100%. All right, moving on. And I actually have a bullish take on this. If we're moving on to the Vancouver Whitecaps kit, I think this is elegantly simple. Now maybe it's the blue and gold, and I'm just kind of like I like what they did with it. I mean, the Canadian badge, feel right, the leaf in the middle of the soccer ball, and then you have the Adidas logo, and then just the plain sponsor, but it's all gold on a plain navy kit. I like it. I would rock this on a day-to-day basis with anything, really.
Easy. If they threw in white or something goofy just for another accent, it would have killed it. It's perfect, just gold and navy. I love this kit so much. It's almost like kind kind of like Chicago doesn't have something crazy going on, but like having this, like again, wearing this with anything, it literally could have been so messed up if they had the Adidas logo and the stripes white. That would have killed me.
Or just think about it if they would have had their regular logo. I don't think even if they had the regular white cancel, I don't think it does it as well as it looks now. Honestly,
yeah. I might get this kit just for the vibes, man. Like I said, this to me looks, again, it's Canadian through and through, but I love this kit. And their team is, again, also painfully mid, but this kit is absolute fire. I like this a lot. I think this is probably our first S tier kit, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's really good.
To Charlie Brown and the crew, Columbus crew. Yeah. We've all seen the memes on social media, right? It's just, I don't know if they were doing it intentionally, but the defending champions went with a very Charlie Brown-esque, kit. And I don't know what the rest of the kit's going to look like, if they're going to go full yellow or if they're going to go yellow, black, yellow.
To me, I cannot put this higher than C. I can't. It's just like, how do you not know you're going to look exactly like Charlie Brown, then not have any reason to have a reference to it? And it even has black shorts in the damn cartoon.
I'm gonna let the bias kick in. That's a D.
Woo! A D. I like it.
That is a D. And I'm gonna let
if
the
that's
bias
a D,
kick in.
Nashville better be ready, because that's coming.
Bro, seriously, you're not lying. Nashville is so. We'll talk about. They're so bad at it. But I agree with you, man. It's like they had Charlie Brown's picture just like on another screen. Side by side. Like, all right, cool. How do we get this going? I don't know, man. I'm not gonna. I thought it was mid as hell. I'm not gonna bat an eye at John Wine to put a D. Kev, if you're good there, bro, I'm
cool with that. I'm cool.
Dude, I can't. Like, why would you want to go running around the pitch looking like Charlie Brown? Like,
moving on to the most active team in MLS in the offseason, the Colorado Rapids. It's got 2021 Chelsea vibes a little bit. If anyone remembers that kid, it's not a pure checkerboard. It's like if you're looking at a checkerboard with like hazy glasses on or something, and they're all kind of moving in waves.
I feel mid. I mean, the blue is nice. The pop out of the kind of sky blue is so good, and I'm sure the shorts are going to be blue, hopefully, or maybe not. I don't know.
No, they're red.
I hope so.
They're maroon. They're maroon.
Are they?
They're all maroon. That kills
it. It's kind of a letdown, actually.
That sucks. But yeah, I think it's totally mid. I usually with them, like everything about Colorado is just so bad. But great off season, an okay kid. I think dark horse coming.
I feel bad because Georgie's gonna have to rock up with that instead of rocking up with the
Oh man, I know that's very true, very true. I'm sure he would love to rock the old school Chicago Fire look. All right, let's move on to LA Galaxy. Oh man, it's I get what they're trying to do. Galaxy is one of the most storied franchises in Major League Soccer history. The sash that goes down diagonally in Galaxy, I don't know how many kits reflect that sash in some form or fashion.
Yeah,
this one does too. It's just I feel like it's missing something,
It's beyond missing something. I don't know what if even the color of the kind of like lines that almost makes it look like a gradient from really far away. It kind of looks cool, but why don't they just make that other area different? It's just like, okay, just make a white sash at that point. For me, I cannot put this higher than mid, man. This sucks. And I was hoping that it was actually going to be something clean. They're trying to rebrand almost. They're trying to refresh that whole vibe over there since their neighbors are popping off, and that killed it.
Is it here? Is it above Columbus? We'll answer that question first. Is it a better kit than the Columbus?
Yeah, I think
so. Yes.
Okay.
But
Well, there you go.
I'll say this.
Just barely.
I think they were trying to do a little bit of what they've done in the past, kind of with the sash, because you guys know that back in the day they used to have a sash with the white, and it kind of worked. But I feel like you needed to try something different. Not that the Galaxy.
It is legacy kit though. It is legacy kit, So like I understand why they went this direction.
Not that the Galaxy fans are gonna like go away, but man, their neighbors over there, they're doing some things. Not only with the last couple kits that they've dropped. I mean, this one's a little bit different.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. It's a basic kit. I think right here is perfectly fine. This is an impressive kit. There's been a lot of good sentiment on the timeline so far. Charlotte FC with the sea, mountains, air kind of like vibe. It's very, very coastal Carolinas, right? You got the mountains in the background, the water, the sky. I think it's pretty dope in my opinion. Like it's the color gradient, all of it to me just stands out in a very, very unique way for Dean Smith's inaugural season. I think it's a pretty fire kit. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I think this was perfect. Yeah, I think it's S because it is so. I don't remember a kit like this, and if it is something like this, then it's some goofy one-off. But I mean, this is their kit. Like for the whole season, this is what they're rocking, and it's such a good reference in both ways. Because at first, a friend of mine was like, "Oh, it's just waves." So I'm like, I don't think of North Carolina as just like the ocean. That's kind of odd, but that makes sense. It is mountains and waves at the same time. It's nice. I don't think it's I cannot put it lower than S. Like it's definitely above New York for me.
I don't like white kits that much at all, to be honest. I always
Right.
like white kind of plain, and I feel like they did something really, really unique with this one. I like it a lot. They went in a good direction. This is definitely better than the Wildberry Pop-Tart kits they had last year. This one is one of the more interesting ones, and probably reinforces why I don't like white that much. FC Cincinnati, with I think the most unique part about this kit has to be the cuffs around the sleeves, right? Like the orange and blue kind of, alternating one after another around the entire sleeve. A lot of white on this kit, very, very simple, but you do also get a lot of the orange and blue accents. It's, to me, the sleeves, the save it. If there is a way to save this kit, it does kind of save it, but I don't know by how much.
It's a plain white kit. I get the cuffs are a little bit unique.
And they also have that little part in the V-neck, you know what I mean? Like the little
oh, is that it? Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's a little orange and blue. It's almost like the 2015 Barca kit where they had the La Señora, the yellow and red of Spain, like right there on the V-neck. So that part, like I said, those little accents to me are details that matter, and it makes it saves it a little bit, right?
It saves
it.
It's
just a plain white kit.
I think is it better than Portland? Yes, it's better than Portland, but
I think so.
I wouldn't put it in A.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't put
it
in
A. No, you can't put it in A.
Yeah.
LAFC. Man, I don't even know. The announcement with Will Ferrell was awesome. Love that.
Yes.
But with that said, this screams like New York Yankees to me a little bit.
Yeah, it is the Yankees. That's it. And it's so weird for an LA team to have pinstripes. And it doesn't even. Some of them are thicker and thinner. It's so weird. Just pick one, please.
I mean, do you think like some LAFC fans are screaming that like you recognize the pinstripes of the Yankees, you're gonna recognize the pinstripes of LAFC and like championship caliber, like who they are. Like I'm like, nah. You guys have one cup. I don't know if you're there just yet, and I can't even talk shit that much, right? Like I'm an FC Dallas fan, but I will say that like it's just I don't know, it's very, very basic.
Look, last year's like Art Deco style pattern that reminds me of LA. That's like very LA to me. So like this like gets away from feeling like LA.
I mean, I guess Bouanga might look good on it come opening day. That's kind of cool.
Sure,
but like,
that's it.
Where is it better than Austin's kit?
I'll let you guys decide on that. I don't.
It's crazy, right? Like that's to me. That's like
I would put it there. I would put it there.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's better. It's just annoying. Why did you pick this pattern? At least they picked a pattern, but like the most annoying pattern you could have picked.
Yeah, it was. It's just
a little bit.
They could have. They went with the exact. I mean, all they did was just put pinstripes and add a star above the LAFC crest. Everything else is basically the same. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is what it is. We'll leave it there. Nashville, let's be honest, you were
D. That's done.
Absolutely.
I don't even have notes. It's just terrible. Like that, it sucks. And then
when you go to World Soccer Shop and you go to like purchase kits for your team, and they give you the base template for the Adidas kit you want to start customizing, this is how it starts.
This is
right.
It.
It's like,
yes, right. Yeah.
Now customize it. And this is what they came up with, bro. Like, what is this? How am I going to be excited about this as a Nashville fan? This is terrible. I'm very, very torn about the Quakes. Very torn. The sponsor are these 4 rectangles the sponsor?
It's
the
yes, it is
sponsor.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
It's so annoying, obnoxious. Even the colors are basic. It's just the crest. That's it. Again, it's just like Orlando's, but at least Orlando actually has a more satisfying color and not annoying sponsor. That kills it.
This is painfully mid, I think, man.
Yeah,
I think it's like Galaxy vibes a little bit.
Higher than Galaxy because I feel like they tried something different with the crest.
With the badge, yeah, you're right.
If Galaxy would have gone a different direction with like one of their older crests or something like that, like the older Galaxy crest, that would have made me think a little bit different of it. But this is just I don't know.
All white kits, in my opinion, are just a lazy way to go, or just a way to go that's just not going to get too many fans excited. But that's my opinion. Atlanta United.
It's another one that gives me a kind of like Toronto. It does look like they're about to warm up. It's a cool one-time addition. Like to think that some of these jerseys are for the entire season. It's like,
some of these are for 2 because normally they.
That's true.
They're 2.
That's true. 2 seasons.
Oh my God. Yeah. Can you imagine rocking this for 2 seasons in a row? That'd be tough.
At least I think it is slightly better than the Toronto and St. Louis because the blue is nice. I mean, like it's so contrasting to their red and black and whatnot. At least there's that, but nothing.
It's not very good. I just it feels like if anybody follows gaming, it feels like an esports jersey.
Right.
It's cool. Whatever. It's different from what they've had in previous seasons, but like it doesn't mean it's necessarily better.
Yeah.
And man, I don't think I'd rock that. I don't know if I'd buy it, to be honest.
Yeah.
In my opinion, boys.
Yeah,
it
that's the best. It's not even close.
Starry Night, I'm gonna have to buy this one. Like, I'm just gonna have to get it. Like, it is such a fire kit. I'm not gonna say I wish I was a Minnesota United fan because of this kit, but like I wish MLS fans wouldn't give me shit for wearing other kits because this one is absolutely gorgeous, man. I love this one so much. I can't rave about it enough, man.
It's so satisfying, even their damn sponsor, because it's Target. It's like no words, just the logo. It's like perfect. I love that. And yeah, they've been kind of getting a little fun with their kids, which is cool.
Hell yeah.
And totally different than what you think is Minnesota, like Kansas and like other, especially in the Midwest, are seen as the boring state. So you got to make it kind of fun, and I think they killed it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think, like you said, flyover states finding a way to make this just something that everybody wants to wear and uniquely theirs. I feel like they even did this last season a little bit. So, man, the Loons looking fire. All right, John, how do you feel about this one? I mean,
I like the loon on the collar. Like, if you look at the inside of the shirt, like inside they have like a little loon inside of it. Like it's the attention to detail. The little like it's just, I don't know. It's perfect. Perfect.
I love it.
There's one more switch we could do. Put that shit at the end alongside with Nashville. I'm telling you, it's the fact that you want to put in little pins on the, I don't know, like just something's off with that.
But this is it, man. The definitive tier list. If you haven't done so already, like the video down below, subscribe to the channel, and again, check out goals.tv for more content and more creators just like the ones you see on your screen today. From everybody here at Wake Up MLS, my name's Jose. That's Kevin. That's John. We'll catch you guys next time.